All right, lads, welcome back to the Inside Minecraft podcast. Everything you need to know inside Minecraft. I am currently in a really good, happy, positive mood. My mom actually asked me, am I still on cloud nine to reference it? And yes, I very much am. I had an interview yesterday. I got accepted for the job today. The job's amazing. This podcast comes out next Friday, and we're recording on a Wednesday. My fault. I postponed it because I've been a bit everywhere with my brain up until now. But yeah, so we'll see how I'm doing next Friday. But for now, I'm very happy. I'm very confident it's going to be a good job. But enough about me. I just wanted to intro and just mention that. That's what I'm going to say about it. We are joined with a guest who I don't really know why he's on the podcast. I don't really know why I have him on. He's not really that interesting. He's a bit yeah. I don't really know why he's here. But my thumbnail designer does all the designs for the podcasts as well. Obviously, I tell him what he needs to do because he doesn't watch any of them. So yeah, the TheAuraCat.
Hi.
So I guess to clear this up before we start, we've already agreed to this. This is going to be a slightly less professional podcast. Normally when I bring people on, it's to ask them about stuff and like get to know them a bit more, and that's because like I don't, in quotation marks, want to waste a podcast with them. Like if I get an interesting guest on, who I'm not saying TheAuraCat isn't interesting, they of course are, but me and TheAuraCat, like I like to say we're good friends, yeah. So to the point where like we'll get into it. I know what you look like. I think well you know what I look like. You should do anyway. So I'll send it to you. But yeah, so like it's like we're really close friends in that sense. So but when I get like someone on who I talk to but maybe not have like that casual conversation with, I kind of want to use the podcast so that people can get to know them and get to learn more about them. But with TheAuraCat, we're kind of just gonna have a conversation. Obviously I have questions and stuff here and we're gonna talk about you, but it's gonna be a lot more like casual, laid back kind of podcast. Yeah. Anything you want to say?
Yeah. Subscribe.
Yeah. We barely get subscribers nowadays. It's really sad. And you're really goofy. So TheAuraCat. I like to use this part of the podcast for the guests to introduce themselves, let us know who they are, what they do. Normally, once again, I saved that for the more interesting guests, but I guess you can kind of give us a bit of a rundown.
Yeah, I'm not that interesting, but I can give a little bit of a.
Not really. No.
I want to stand up for this, so.
You're gonna stand up.
I'm gonna stand up for this. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Hi, my name is RC. That's my nickname. Don't ask what it means. It's basically my name shortened, but I'm not gonna tell you which name it is. I'm a loser. I play Minecraft. And I make videos very rarely. Whenever I feel like it, whenever a cool opportunity appears, and I stream just like another one of those no life Minecraft shit. No, I'm joking. And I make that's basically what I do.
For like the YouTube viewers, I ain't editing him standing up. He's gonna still be singing the CD the entire time. I can't be bothered to go out my way and do all the editing. It's bad enough to have to cut up like every single silent part during the podcast because of like breathing and stuff, because my mic picks up when I go. I'll probably keep that in just so people understand. But yeah, so I'm not gonna. I can't be bothered to like go back and edit you standing up. So you're gonna be sitting down the entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, most people listen on Spotify, anyways. But yeah, that's very interesting, TheAuraCat. Once again, I got a few questions for you today, and we're kind of just gonna have a casual conversation regarding them. Like I said, a bit more of an unprofessional podcast, but who really cares? We're gonna have fun. I mean, even in the tweet, I literally said, don't really know why I have him on, but you know,
I'm no one special.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I'm just a random Minecraft person. That's it.
But I think you're funny, and we're cool friends. Yay! So you know, there's that. All right, so I guess I'll keep the same kind of structure as I do when talking to other guests, and we'll start with your past. So the first question, and to get out of the way, what does RC stand for?
Okay. RC is my old username, right? So there's a giant story behind why my name is RC, by the way. Do you want to hear it?
I know, I asked, but I don't actually care.
Well, yeah, you know.
Yes, I want to hear it, TheAuraCat or RC.
Yeah, obviously, I'm messing around. So, RC is a old username I used to go by, but it's like a very long username. So the reason it was shortened is actually because I met a lot of my close friends, right? on a Nintendo 3DS on Miiverse, right? There's a social media site called Miiverse, and on the 3DS, we the way we talk is through, you know, like Discord has like status messages. That's how we'd have to talk. So everyone on your friends list could see your status message. So there was only like 16 character limit. So my name took 10 characters. So my name had to be shortened to RC. so
what can I ask what your old name was?
Nah. If people look hard enough, they can find it.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But yeah, no. I think it's funny for people to have to go and look for it. I think it's funnier that way.
That's fair enough. So what about the TheAuraCat then? Where did that name come from?
TheAuraCat is a name that took me 2 years to come up with.
Okay, all right, good stuff.
Which is because I wanted a different username because my username was kind of cringy, right? So I wanted a name that wasn't very cringy, and it took me a very long time. The inspiration for the name was basically I used to watch a lot of Dan TDM, right? And he was called the Diamond Minecart, right?
Yeah,
so I came up with the idea for a name, right, when I was around like 11. The Emerald Cat, which is so bad, right? So bad. Over 3 years later, right? Because I quit YouTube and whatnot on my old channel. I wanted to make a new channel, and I had the name The Emerald Cat. I was like, I want to change something about it because it's kind of cringe. It's really cringe, you know. So I changed Emerald to Aura.
And you thought that'd be less cringe, did you?
Well, it is less cringe because there's a meaning behind why it's weird as Aura.
Why is the word Aura then gone?
I studied psychology and whatnot, and like Aura is like being able to read someone Aura, and it goes into like psychology, zodiac stuff. But it's because of that, and also because my favorite Pokemon is Lucario.
Oh, okay, so that's cool. There's actually like a meaning.
It's more like a spiritual thing, kind of thing. I don't know, because like Lucario is a Pokemon that can understand people's emotions and stuff like that, and I wanted to be a therapist at one point, so when I studied psychology for a few years.
Oh, that's fair enough. That's quite interesting, actually. I never knew that about you.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of backstory with the Aura part of my name. Cat is because I like cat, and Vit is because I like being special. So I want to be V, you know.
Not just TheAuraCat. I mean, TheAuraCat is easier to say, like flows on the tongue more than TheAuraCat, not TheAuraCat kind of thing.
Yeah, but everyone still calls me TheAuraCat, and it's like,
it depends on the conversation. Like sometimes I even call you DRC. I never called you DRC. Why am I saying that? I call you like RC sometimes, or like even in the Twitter post I called you RC, but like in the thing I said I call you TheAuraCat. Sometimes I even can just call you Aura. It really just depends.
I mean, I have friends, right, that also call me RC in person, like real life, right?
Okay.
Because I hate my real name, my actual name. I hate it so much.
This is normally the part where I'd go, what is your real name? But you don't tell anyone, do you?
No, haven't I told you?
Yeah, you have, yeah. I mean, publicly.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to tell people.
No,
it's funny.
No. Fun fact for the viewers. I know TheAuraCat's real name. It's see, I'm not actually going to say it because I go silent. It's going to sound like I did say it to the viewers. Gonna be like, I missed that. And I also know what they look like as well. Very, very handsome. I can say that. Very, very handsome person.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. But with
helps my low self-esteem, you know.
Oh no, don't say that. Come on now. But with the handsomeness of how you look like IRL, you chose to use a Fortnite Minecraft skin.
Yeah.
Saying that your name has cat in it does not excuse you using the Fortnite skin. So what is the reason that you use a bloody Fortnite skin? It's your whole thing, even your profile picture.
Story about this. There's a complete story behind this too.
No, I get into it, then I'm interested.
So, right, my original branding was the stupid Pokemon called Lucario, right? And
your original branding was the stupid Pokemon. That's actually a banger name, to be fair.
No, not the name, the Pokemon Lucario.
No, I know, it was a joke. It was a joke. But I'm saying the stupid Pokemon is actually a banging name.
Yeah.
But yeah, you was called Lucario or whatever.
So what happened, right, was I went to a Halloween party, right?
Oh no.
Charity Halloween party, mind you.
Oh,
and I wasn't going there to be one of the guests. I was going there to work, right?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So I needed a costume because my job, right, was to be a part of this thing, right? Where like like those monster houses you go in and people go boo and scare you.
Oh, you were doing that.
Yeah.
I think I can see where this is going. Tower. Yeah.
So what happened was me, my mom, and some friends, we were decorating because we do charity work. We decorated this tower with a bunch of scary stuff. My mom went a bit far because she was putting dead bodies in there. fake dead bodies, of course, and blood and everything.
Yeah,
All
do
fake. It
clarify
was
fake
really-
just for YouTube purposes. It was fake YouTube, and when
It
I
was,
eventually
it
get
was.
monetized, I don't want it being demonetized.
No, no, it was all props, right? But my mom custom made, and
Oh, cool,
we
that's sick.
yeah, my mom's great at decorating. That's like her thing. So
Wow.
we had that tower, right? And I needed a costume, and I kid you not, I didn't fit in any of my Halloween costumes. So because obviously, because I stopped celebrating Halloween when I was like 12, right?
Yeah.
So obviously I don't fit in any of my costumes. So I needed a new costume. So I got what I already had, which was a vampire cape. I had a tuxedo shit from my suit,
Yeah.
and I ordered a mask off of I forget where. I don't remember where it was from, but it was a drift mask, right? And I was like, I'll just be the Fortnite guy, right? That'll be funny. I'll be a Fortnite guy, vampire.
Haunted house.
Yeah, bang, amazing costume, right? So that's the whole origin behind that. And I made a video in a gym, but it was like a cafeteria as well because like there was so many people there. And in front of people eating, I recorded this video called how to play basketball or something like that, right? And I just threw a basketball and did an illegal shot, but I was in the costume, right? And since that video, that became my brand, my whole brand, right?
Yeah.
So you know how many people came up to me and was like, "Do the Fortnite dance, do the Fortnite dance."
Is that video still public?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
It's my iconic video.
Let's have a quick look.
I was,
The origin of the TheAuraCat. Eh?
I recently turned 16. So
Jeez,
and I'm
man.
19 now, so that's quite a while ago.
Let's see. Oh yeah, RC teaches basketball to face reveal question mark.
No, not two, the first one.
Oh, I can't find the first one. The first one isn't on your
The
channel.
YouTube shorts.
Oh, it's a short.
YouTube
Oh,
short.
that's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got hit with the stupid shorts. Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it, but fair enough. I'll probably watch it afterwards. But I mean, not now. Okay, so then it kind of thing. So you thought the perfect idea. You're like, okay, I'm gonna be in a haunted house. So what's the scariest thing I could be? A Fortnite character, and that was 2 years ago as well. That was 2 years ago.
Well, it was actually it's getting sort of close to free, but
That's
the
not even
mask
prime
originally-
Fortnite days. That's not even. That's not prime Fortnite.
It was around like it was before I think chapter 2, like that whole thing. But I was originally gonna paint the mask, right? Because part of the plan was to paint the mask and make it all creepy, right?
Yeah.
And the mask arrived on the same day that we were going out for the night.
So
I didn't have much time, and if I messed it up, I couldn't exactly, because originally I was gonna pick the mask all black and like put like blood on it and and make it scary, but I
guess it kind of worked out though, because it became even on stream. You're like you have the little face cam thing constantly playing, but it's actually your mask. Have you ever thought about doing like a live face cam but with the mask on?
I have done that.
Oh, you have?
Multiple times. Yeah, of course. I've done that multiple times. Yeah.
Oh, so how come you don't do it all the time?
Because I suffocate.
Okay,
Suffocate in the mask.
and
So no, I only do it for like special occasions, like for
Birthday,
example, when I got my QB, right, I tried to milk it. So I attached my QB to my ceiling, right, on a string, and he was just like, I had a fan on, so it would look like he was just like flying around. I have a giant fan, right, and he was just like flying around, and he kept hitting me in the face. I had my face cam on.
That's actually funny. Yeah, you've actually done a few like you know the basketball too. You did Sledgehammer. You've done like a few like in IRL like videos.
There's more videos too, but remember only because they're too cringe.
I have to look back on these old videos. I'm gonna take a look at some of these after I did.
Just don't judge me. Alright, I would
never judge you, TheAuraCat.
If you think I'm crazy, stupid, and cringe now, 3 years ago, 4, 5, I was even worse.
Oh, I imagine. I mean, we all get better over time. You didn't get that much better.
I just slightly, just a little bit, gradually. Yeah.
But with that kind of idea then of like the whole branding and stuff. But what about content itself? I guess not really the content you made before. How did you specifically get into Minecraft content?
Oh boy. All right. So I think this is a thing I now have to think about that happened 4 years ago, and I have really bad memory.
Okay. What about the Hive then? Would that be easier for you?
No. I'll go into like detail about my journey. I just need to remember what I started with. Like I've got most of it in my head. I just need to figure out what I started with. So I started as a Fortnite streamer,
which I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, so I used to stream really early, by the way, and my streams would like be around 8 to 12 hours and whatnot because I had no life. I was what I did. I just streamed with my friends and we just have fun, and there was funny enough people actually came into the streams. It was very weird. I used to average like around like 6 to 10 viewers with it.
That's good.
Very weird. But obviously like when I first started, I had no one watching. It was just me and my friends having a laugh and talking. But what happened was I just started trying to do other games like Rocket League and Minecraft, and I did a Minecraft survival world, right? Which is something I very highly recommend you do not do unless it's on a server that you have full control over, because the amount of hackers that came in is crazy, right?
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I skyrocketed from 400 subscribers to around 1,200 or so within, I think, 2 months.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah, and it went up really, really, really quick. And I used to advertise on this thing called the user phone and stuff like that. So I was big into like advertising myself and getting myself out there, and then streaming every single day for a giant amount of time. So my whole life basically revolved around YouTube, right? Like every bit of it. I'm gonna say something kind of personal, right?
Can I keep it in?
Yeah, you can keep it in.
Okay.
Right? I lost my girlfriend at the time before all this happened, right?
Oh.
So I went on the grind.
Some people hit the gym, you hit Fortnite.
Yeah, so I hit streaming and whatnot, and I want to like do content creation. So I was on that every single day for years, right? I had a daily streaming streak for like ages, and I did other things. Minecraft just kind of stuck. And at one point I just got completely fed up of the survival streams because it just like restart over and over again, right?
Yeah, it went fun.
My Xbox at the time had broken. Well, my controller had broken and my Xbox was dying because I used to stream on my Xbox, my capture card. And then what happened was I started doing Hyperlands content, right?
Ooh.
Because I found Hyperlands on like this random best PvP server website, right? And I just got like a computer and whatnot, and I was streaming that, and I was having a lot of fun. And randomly, right, what happened was in my YouTube recommendations, this one stream came up, right? And I clicked on it, and it was from a guy named, I don't know if you've heard of him. He's kind of famous. His name is GM19, right?
Oh.
And he was doing a manga stream, all right? And this is where I met GM. And then what happened was GM would also be doing his Minecraft like SMP series. And I raided him a few times. He raided me a few times whilst I was still doing Hyperlands and like my survival thing.
Yeah.
And then he started doing Hive. And then I saw Hive and I was like, huh. This one of my like people in my audience told me you should do a Hive stream. So then I started doing Hive streams as well as Hyperlands, right? And because I saw GM streams were doing chill and he was having like having a blast and having fun. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a try. And I bought Hive Plus. Best time I logged in for like 2 years on Hive, and then I started doing CSs and stuff. And then eventually I quit Hyperlands community because they were being very toxic with me. And then started doing mainly just Hive. How so? Basically people that would scrim and stuff like that, they'd come into my streams, right?
Oh yeah.
And they'd love to obby trap us in our faces so we couldn't play the game. And then they'd use water and stuff, so it would take forever to break it, and they just kill you over and over again. It was against the rules. I reported it. Staff didn't do anything. The only staff member that actually like was chill with me left the team. So I was like, and I went to Hive.
I wonder if
that's how I was gonna say that's just how I went to Hive. That's it.
I wonder if we ever crossed paths, because I used to have Hyperland's YouTube rank like 2 years ago. Obviously, neither of us remember, but I wonder if like we ever. I mean, I think I still have the video public of me losing Hyperland's YouTube rank. So I'll probably look back on it and see if I can spot a wild TheAuraCat in the background. But it's just crazy because obviously with me, I did command block tutorials. Then I moved into server content. I did Cubecraft and Hyperlands, and then I moved over to the Hive, and then I moved over to Java, and now I'm speedrunning. It's like I can't seem to stick with a certain genre. My first ever Minecraft video is a Hive video. I'm not sure if it's still public, but it was a Hive hide and seek video. But like 2 years before that, back in like 2016 or whatever it was, on the same channel, I uploaded a Fortnite montage that I made. It was a sick montage. It's really sad because it's just gone off the face of the earth. Like there's no way I'm ever getting it back. And yeah, it was a solid video. But yeah, that's quite interesting to be fair, because I like on the MBB podcast. So with GM19, he said the reason he got into Hive, the first ever Hive video was my one he watched, and then MBB said how we got into Hive was GM19, and now you're saying how you got into Hive was GM19 as well. So technically, it was actually me. So
yeah, it all comes back to you. Yeah.
Oh man, it's because I this entire time I've been scrolling up in the chat, and our first ever message was on the 2nd of the 7th month, which would be July, right? Yeah, it's July, it's literally this month. So this is actually exactly a year ago. That was the first time we talked. Well, a year and 3 days ago. You sent me a clip. That's cool and all, but have you seen the GM19 tower? Then on the 16th, I sent you my skin for some reason, and then on the 20th,
I was doing
and then on the 20th, I sent you a message. You know, there's no bad blood between us, right? I guess
I always thought you hated me.
It was something to do. It was to do with the tournament. It was to do with MBB's tournament. Yeah, because you guys were
You never
cross
liked me
teaming
anyway,
it.
though.
Really?
No, yeah, no, I always thought you never liked me. Yeah,
Oh, no,
I always had like a feeling that like you didn't want to interact with me, so I always stayed away.
Well, 3 months later, I messaged you, want to play golf with friends? Please, I'm bored. And you said no. And you said, I'm sending up green screen stuff. So I said, face reveal, prove it. No, I've always quite liked you. And then we didn't talk again then, 3 months, where you wished me happy birthday. And then 9 days later, I ratioed you. But this was also because I was at my new job. So at this point, when we were talking and messaging and stuff, I helped you with the first evident hard video back on the 1st of January. At this point, I was still working. I was still I was in that job, so I wasn't making content at all. So it's crazy that I was still interacting with you, even though even though we weren't.
You went in the community really, like you were on break.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I left like CCC and stuff. I'm not sure if you're still there, but I feel like we interacted a lot there. Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, we did.
And then we slowly started talking. We started talking more and more this year, especially once I got suspended from my job, because that's when I started getting back into content, and that's when we started like really talking. Because back on the first of January, you started making my thumbnails.
Yeah.
But you said you couldn't do it for a while. That's when I made that weird change in content. Oh, the 30th of January, sorry, when I made that weird change in content. Where I was doing like variety for a tiny bit.
Those thumbnails caused me actual pain because like it wasn't anything I'm used to doing, right?
Yeah.
I used to make. I basically had to go into my my old making thumbnail stuff when I used to do variety content, and I was like, man, Minecraft thumbnails are so much more fun to make.
Because you were gonna stop for a while. Now you're like, I hope you stick around for a long time, but you're kind of my full-time thumbnail creator now.
Yeah, I'll stick around virtually, I think, forever.
Oh, nice. Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember for a little while, we won't get into it, but you said you weren't sure, but I guess now it's confirmed that you can.
It's mainly because I don't like being held down by anything, right? Because I'm a very what's the word? There's a word for it. Free spirit, right? That's kind of how I go about my whole life. I don't like being pinned down in anything, and I don't really have a schedule. I make my own schedules for different things, and I fit whatever I want into my life. But I just because I don't like any pressure or anything like that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not even that as well. It's like the main because obviously I'm paying you, to be clear. I pay TheAuraCat here.
Yeah.
Like with the main channel videos, they're not really too hard to make nowadays. The podcast, literally, all you have it perfectly rendered. All you have to do is change the skin on the left for each thumbnail, and then. With the highlights, you just have to change the skin on the right and whatever in the box. It's not exactly like you have hard thumbnails, and I give you such like a long time. Like you've already made the next 4 podcasts I'm recording. You've already made the thumbnails and the announcements, and then as soon as I'm done the podcast, I send you. Well, sometimes I send you the highlights. For this one, I'll probably let you choose the highlights yourself because you're making a thumbnail if you want. You get that kind of idea. But yeah, I realized we went like really off into just a conversation there, but that kind of proves that we can just have it. Like this is just a fun podcast, so we're just gonna have a conversation.
It's just having a chill conversation vibe, yeah. Like I do enjoy making your thumbnails because with anyone else, right? With you right now, because I used to feel very I get like stressed out, right? Because I'm like I have to do it, and I like now I'm like more not as worrying. So if that makes sense, whereas like other people when they want me to make thumbnails, and it stresses me out, right? And because I do so many things and things come up randomly, and I'm trying to I don't know, I get occupied an awful lot and distracted with a lot of different things, and I have a lot of different hobbies, right? So with you, it's a lot more laid back and a lot more chill, and that's why I will probably be making your thumbnails like forever.
But that's the thing though, because like you're getting paid for it, and the pay's alright. We won't say about it because I prefer not to say publicly, but the pay's decent. Obviously, once I get back into working, I'll be able to pay you a lot more regularly than I am right now, and I'm still keeping up, which is good. But it's also like the thumbnails are easy. It's an easy pay, and like I said, you've already made. I mean, there's 2 more you need to make now because I've gotten 2 more guests prepared. But like I let you know 3 weeks in advance. So at that point, and for the most part, like if I let you know now, tonight you'll have the thumbnail on the podcast and the announcement made for the people that I need, and it's like it's the 5th, and I'm not recording that podcast until the 31st, but we have it prepared, kind of thing. So it's not too bad.
It's super lenient, super chill, no stress.
Because I have a few main channel ideas.
I just do them all, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. Because I have like a main channel idea. And then, because you made all those thumbnails and I paid you for them, I think you made like 3 or 4 thumbnails for videos that one of them I've been meaning to record but haven't, and the other 2 probably aren't even going to get uploaded. But you made them and I paid you, but I gave you that kind of like advance, like to say, okay. Rather than like, okay, I mean, I think I did it with the Seagull video, but that's because it was last minute thing. I said like, I'm uploading tomorrow, I kind of need it. And that's probably the only time you needed to rush. But,
that was just like, that was a chill thumbnail though, it was just a seagull.
Exactly, it was just a seagull. And the thing, that's what I said, it's such an easy thumbnail. So,
I don't have to load up my 3D model thingy and then it crashed 3 times, and
Do you know what's really funny though?
Mhm.
So my old thumbnail design, he was great, and then he did it. But then when I took that massive break and I came back, he said he wasn't going to do it anymore, which was fine. His name was Joe. Your profile picture has Joe on the sign. So
Yeah, it's like I picked up a sign from his tombstone. I'm like, hello.
I'm
you're
the,
dead?
I'm the new designer, the graphics designer. So. Okay, so I guess moving on, because we're having a great conversation, but I also want to ask a few more questions, and I don't want the podcast to be too long, especially because it's quite late at night as well.
Early morning for me.
Yeah, she just fucking woke up. So I see you're starting to stream more now, which is good. You're getting back into content a little bit. You took a bit of a break. I assume that might have been down to things behind the scenes, not that we've much or even thing. I'm not going to ask you what happened, because you don't need to get into that, but how does it feel to be back? Or somewhat back.
I don't feel anything. I'm gonna be honest.
You're not happy? Like, you're not happy to be streaming again, or? No,
right. So what it is, right, is I regret one big thing when it comes to content creation, and that is listening to other people's advice, right?
Same to an extent.
So I had a lot of people tell me, because I'd stream every day, right? And I'd rush myself and put pressure on myself, and to like get videos out and to edit, which, you know, I would stop myself from feeling any dopamine unless I had done what I needed to do, right? And that was my mindset, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed any dopamine. I wasn't allowed music. I wasn't allowed to laugh or smile, hang out with people. I had to do what I had to do, right?
That is a bit dark, though. That's a bit dark. But I guess you got the job done, so yeah. If you enjoyed it, then, you know.
It was more like discipline, and I was disciplining myself, right?
Okay, all right.
And
for YouTube,
people around me, I know, but like it's the same for like starting any sort of business, right? So my family and some of my friends and whatnot wanted me to take a break, right? And they said, just take a 1 week break, man. It's okay. It's not like anything's gonna fall apart. It's only 1 week. So I was like, sure, why not? Because I was getting a bit stressed with some stuff, and like there was a lot of stuff piling on me. And I took that 1 week break, and that 1 week break, the entire time I was so miserable on that entire break. I wanted to keep doing content creation, but I forced myself away from it, right? Because like everyone around me told me to take a break, so I started hanging out with friends and stuff like that. And since that break, I have not been able to get back into content creation. It's been so hard to get myself the mindset, but I took the break. It was around like last year. It was around before I even made my last video, right? Because I wanted to upload every single month, so it basically. It really messed up my mindset, because for like years I had this mindset where I was like boom, 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 and then I've now been able to walk away from it and like allow myself other outside sources of dopamine, right? Which I would stop myself from having because I was very strict with myself, right? And it's I just can't get back into it. It's just really hard.
And I'm not blaming her for this, so don't take this the wrong way. I guess that's like kind of the same when I met my girlfriend. Like it's obviously I was pumping out content. I think when I worked at when I worked at a warehouse job, like at the time of like I started in November, I was pumping out content constantly. So I'd stopped making command block tutorials. I'd moved in content. I was making like, I'll say how much I was earning. I was earning about £300 a month from YouTube. I was bang, like uploading every 2-3 days. I was going to work, coming home, working on content, streaming, going back, work, content, streaming, and then I met my girlfriend, and then obviously it was I was spending time with her. So I'm like, once again, I'm completely happy. Our relationship great, and I'm really happy with like I'm glad I met her. Like I won't go back in time and not meet her. That's the thing. Yeah, but I just mean like I was constantly making content, and as soon as I got with her, I was like, I started spending more time with her, and I kept streaming and stuff, and I kept content, but it was like it slowed down a bunch, and then we both like agreed, because I met her at the warehouse job. We both agreed, was like, you know, we're not gonna really get anywhere here. So then we both decided to leave to get a bit more money at other jobs, and then once I got that other job, obviously the hours were 12 till 9, so content just died. The podcast died. I remember trying to keep it alive. I couldn't. Podcast died. Like obviously streaming died, so when was I going to stream ever? And then YouTube died, sadly, because I just didn't have time to record or edit, because I woke up at 10 o'clock, went to work, came home, and it all kind of thing, because obviously if I never met my girlfriend, I probably wouldn't have been looking for more money, and I probably wouldn't have left the warehouse job. But then I'm also glad I did, because obviously that job went all right, and then that went south in January, and then now I'm working at a new job, which I mentioned at the start of the podcast, and for the majority of it, at least starting off, I'm working mornings. So I'll be finishing at like 4 o'clock, getting home for 4:30, 5 o'clock the latest, and then bang, 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 streams. I don't work on Mondays guaranteed, they said, so I'll be doing the podcast and everything. So it's like it's all kind of coming back round full circle, and now like I've been with my girlfriend, we've kind of hunkered down and we're gonna save, so we're going out out still and doing stuff. It's also a case of like, wait, we want to save now. Like now that we're getting back into work as well, we want to save to move out. So for the next few months at least, it's kind of like, okay, go to work, come home, work on content. And I'm earning nothing from YouTube. I think I earn about £30 a month now, so you can see quite the decline there. But you know, I'm a strong believer in everything happens for a reason. I'm a very strong believer in it, and I'm a very strong believer in manifesting. And I manifested getting this new job. I say very strong believer. More my mum is, but you know. So I didn't mean to go on kind of on me there, but I was just saying how I relate. Kind of like with yours, it was a different scenario, but with the whole like losing content thing. I guess while we're talking about like content in general, I just want to ask about the video. Is evident hard? What's the context behind that? I think I know it, but for the podcast purpose, what is it about?
My mom, all my mom. All of it was my mom.
I want to say a sentence, but it's gonna sound really dodgy, so I'm not gonna say it. Just explain how. I'm not gonna say anything out loud because no matter how I word this, it sounds weird.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll just move on, forget about it, never happened, right?
Yeah, no, but I want to know.
So the whole hard thing, right, is because of Ponty Boy's whole thing, right? This is all based off of Ponty Boy, right?
I forgot Ponty Boys.
Yeah, so it's his thing. It's not mine.
The thumbnail. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. It's his joke. It's not mine, by the way. So anyone who says, "Oh my god," you know, like, I want to make sure he has credit because he's the one who made the whole joke, right?
Yeah.
So the idea of it was I was doing 1v1s on one of my streams, and Evidence just decided to pop into one of my streams because apparently someone in the VC told him because he was sharing his screen in a public VC in a server or something, and someone in there told him, "Hey, you should go to RC's stream. He's doing 1v1s. Go fight him." So he was like, "All right." So he went to my stream, right, as I was ending it, right, and my wrist was in so much pain, and he 1v1 me, and that was basically the whole thing with that video, and I was like, yeah, that was a fun experience. My mum like said, "Hey, Son, you should make that into a video." I'm like, "Why?" It was just a 1v1. She's like, "You should make that into a video." I'm like, "What? It's just me finding evidence." She's like, "Make it into a video. It's a good video." I'm like, "All right." So I got to working on it, and then the whole title thing was, I can't remember if I think my mum did come up with the title and stuff like that as well. Because my mum's like a crazy person just like me, right? Like imagine me, my personality, and then you've got to think my mum is like the older version of my personality.
Fair enough.
Like, so me and my mom are very similar. Yeah. So that's the whole inspiration behind that whole video, right? The sequel was basically around I got in a tournament with Evidence. This is major spoilers, so
the video came out months ago. Just talk about it.
Yeah. So
if you don't want to think, pause the podcast right now, go to the TheAuraCat's channel and watch Is Evident Hard and It's Evident Hard again or something.
Come back. Yeah, it's still hard, yeah.
And then come back.
So the whole video of the second one was basically I was invited to this Andu tournament that he hosted for his video, and I didn't think much of it, right? I was like, it's just another video. We're just chilling, you know. I'll record my POV for him, and we get through the whole tournament, and I get to the finals, and who is my opponent? Evidence. So it's a 1v1 at the very end, and so I was like, I could make a whole story around this, right? So that's the inspiration for the sequel, right? And I have got plans for a third one, but there's no plans for a fourth ever. They'll only ever be three.
Did you lose them by 1v1s?
I did. But I was very close. I was very right. The first one I messed up because I can't really make excuses, but I was laughing a lot, and I wasn't taking it seriously, right? Because I wasn't gonna make a video out of it.
Excuses.
As soon as I got to the ending where I was fighting Evidence, I was like, this is gonna be a video no matter what, right? So I tried my absolute best, and Evidence beat me with 1 heart.
Oh no.
In a mid fight, yeah.
That's
so
painful.
It was very, very close.
You did good though, because he did really well in both my tournaments. He got to the final in one of them, and then the semi-final and lost to Jake in the second one. So you did pretty good to stand up against him there.
I tried my best.
So I wasn't gonna ask this. It's a Twitter question. We're not skipping ahead. I'm just saying. I wasn't gonna ask it, but I guess it's on topic. So I want to ask it: is Orbits hard?
You want to find out?
We're not 1v1 on the podcast.
I know.
It isn't that unprofessional. We'll 1v1 afterwards, and you can comment on the video what the answer is.
Yeah, no, we'll do a 1v1 for my second channel. It'll just title it is Orbits Hard.
We'll do it after the podcast. Sound good?
Yeah. That sounds funny.
Alright, cool. Alright, there you go. And then you can upload it the same time as the podcast comes out. Easy.
Yeah. Of course.
But yeah, so I was going to talk about the thumbnails. We've already talked about that. Face reveal. You face revealed to me in DMs the other day.
Yeah, whilst I was on stream. Yeah.
Like I said, very, very handsome.
Thank you. My mum tells me that.
Your mum is correct. So going forward, do you have any plans to reveal your handsome face to the world, or
no, never?
Never.
There's a few reasons why.
Can you say them or not?
Yeah. So For some reason, I can't shake the fact that one day I'll be famous, right?
Okay.
I genuinely I want it really, really bad, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, you need to start making more content if you want that.
obviously, yeah, but now I'm like, I need to get back in my old mindset,
Hopefully this helps.
you know? Yeah, hopefully. So I don't want people to ever recognize me, right? Because I am a very private person. I was always brought up to be private by my parents, never tell people my age, my height, anything, right?
You did leak your age earlier, though.
Yeah, no, I tell people I don't care any about my age, my height, whatever. You know, it's not a big deal. I
Eye
don't share my
color,
name.
hair color. Yeah, carry on.
No one,
sorry.
no, yeah. So, I want my privacy because like people, like influencers and whatnot. I don't want to have people crowd around me ever if I did become famous. I don't want to be out with my wife, right, and my kids, and like you've got a mob of teenagers coming up to me like, hey, give me selfie, give me. And that was just like really annoying me. Like, and you know, because like influencers have gotten like in fights with them and stuff like that. I also know think it makes me a target to be robbed and all that. Like, I don't want to be a target for public nuisances. So that's one very big reason. The second reason is because I like the way I look, right? And I kind of, you know how like people are, right? You know how like fans can be, you know, like with
strange
and stuff, very strange. And,
well,
like,
you know me calling you handsome is purely
relations.
just a joke, not me being weird or anything with it.
Yeah, of course. And
I'm not joking.
Mate, right?
I'm not joking about you being handsome. You are, but you get what I mean. Like when I say it, yeah.
Yeah. So the whole thing, right, is I don't want to like have like because I've got other friends. I'm not gonna name call anyone, but I've got other friends for like in the Hive community that have like an audience people that kind of simp over them, right?
I think I know who you're on about, but yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want that. So I won't show my face because like I would find that very weird and creepy, and it would make me feel uncomfortable, right? And I know it will happen because I'm not like the best looking person in the world, but like I do think I look good. So
you do look good, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't want people like being weird with me, It's
yeah, I get that.
That's another big reason. Yeah, and another thing is I like my whole branding, so with the mask and all that.
That's fair.
So
I guess
that's basically the reasons behind it.
Well, I've kind of come out of my shell a little bit. I guess podcast exclusive, obviously. I mean, Potato Pie posted a picture with my face in it. It's a bit blurry, you can't really see it. Turbo Piggy, actually, I'm gonna leak this. I think it would be fine if I did. Actually, forgot to edit my face out of one of the scenes, so you can see my face in that. It's a bit blurry, but you can kind of make out what I look like. I told him about it, and he offered to blur it and stuff. I said, no, really. But like, I was very much like hidden, not showing my face, but I've kind of developed a mentality. I remember Potato Pie saying there's like this YouTuber, and I know who it is, I just can't remember the name for the life of me, but it's like, if my face is out there, I've always said this anyways, if someone ever found my face and leaked it, I wouldn't be like, no, I can't believe it. I wouldn't care. It's like, if my face is out there, I don't care. Like, I'm going to TwitchCon, I'm going to meet up with people. If they take pictures or we take group photos and it gets posted on Twitter, I don't care. I'm meeting CPK and I'm meeting Tubbo, so who knows, I might post a picture, but I say like me, Tubbo, and Potato Pie get a picture together, and he chooses to post that one instead of the one of just him and Tubbo. Like, I'll be like, alright, that's fine, you don't need to cover my face, I don't really care. The only reason I did it with Turbo, and I explained to Turbo and he knew anyways, is because we met in April, and I'd just left my job. Oh no, I was planning on leaving my job. It was a holiday before I left, and I was ill. Like, I had doctor's appointment lines up. I've been currently taking medicine for the last 2 months. It ends next month, and I was just ill. I was unwell. I was thinking, and Turbo knew this, and he could see it. Like, I was pale as heck. I know I was pissing it down my brain, so I just looked messy. But I look a lot better now. I look a lot healthier. I went to the interview yesterday, and I genuinely did think I looked really good. So it's like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, now when I go to TwitchCon, if people turn around and go, oh, can I get a picture, and they post on Twitter, I won't care. But if I'm in YouTube videos, I won't care. But I'm just like, who knows? I might post one picture of myself. I'm not gonna constantly do it. Like, if my face is out there, it's just out there, kind of. So yeah, I guess one more thing to talk about, which is a bit of a sadder topic. So you told me this before the podcast when we was meant to record it on Monday. I didn't even know about this, but it's a good topic. You got rejected from Hive YouTube rank L, by the way. Thank you. You mentioned you didn't even apply.
Yeah, I didn't apply.
So what is the context behind this?
I'm not gonna name drop. I'm not gonna name drop, right? But there's this kid, my audience, right?
Okay. Oh no.
And he stopped now because I've like confronted him over it, right? But he would apply me every few days for YouTube rank as well as
with your email or his email?
Yes, because my email is in my about section, right?
Oh, I have my business email in my about section. But yeah.
Yeah, my business email as well. So he's using my business email.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, right. So I kept applying me, right, and put in whatever answers he wants in the helper one, but like for the YouTube one, I don't think he put answers in. So he kept doing that. it would frustrate me, right? And I'd be back and forth emailing Holly about it, right? Trying to get something done about it, like for example, any sort of punishment towards him.
How do you know who it
And
was? Would they tell
huh?
you? Would they tell you that the person who did
Oh
it?
no,
Would he
people
tell
in
you?
my audience told me. People snitched to me about who it was,
I
right?
wonder how they found out. Yeah.
Because he's like some young kid or something, and he just
Oh, he
he was
waffles, yeah.
flexing about it. Yeah,
Okay.
so he was like saying, "Ha, I did this to the TheAuraCat, ha ha ha." Don't tell him though, but I did it. No, but he did it on like a public stream on someone else's stream, so
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know, people came back to me, told me about it. I already kind of had an idea it was him because he was very weird kid.
Yeah, but yeah, try not to steer too far away from it, I guess.
Yeah, sorry. So I got rejected for YouTube rank even though I didn't apply. And I meet the requirements, right? It's just the only thing I can think of, right? Because in the email it said like about requirements and all that, but it also said uploading regularly or something like that in a 6-month time frame. And I'd only got one video out in the 6-month time frame.
And again, it's also out of your last 6 videos, five of them meet the requirements, and then there's also an upload of a year ago, 11 months, 10 months, 9 months, 3 months. But then they also keep people in the partner program who haven't uploaded for 2-3 years. So like,
keep people in the partner program who don't even meet requirements anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, me, I guess that's me as well. Yeah, but I mean, like, I understand, but I mean, it's also a case of like, I mean, did you email them and ask though? Because maybe it's because they didn't think it was you who applied, because they knew what was happening. So could it also be a rejection because they knew it wasn't you? Like, if you apply now and you said like, yes, it's actually me applying, do you reckon they might turn around and give you the rank? Because maybe they just think you didn't want it. Because not everyone wants YouTuber, but but obviously you'd made it clear to them that you wasn't applying for the rank. So once again, they probably rejected on that basis.
The rank at one point, right?
Yeah, but then they didn't know it was then. So maybe if you applied now, and it was you.
I told it to block the helper ones, like the helper emails and stuff like that. But not the YouTube rank ones. So maybe you're right. You know, maybe I haven't thought about that. Maybe I could do that.
It could literally just be a case of that they just didn't think it was you applying, which it wasn't, and thought, maybe he doesn't want the rank.
Maybe the email saying I don't meet the requirements now.
Yeah, because they have to. I think it's just automated when they reject someone.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I could be wrong. Because I got that email about 3 or 4 times, word for word, bar for bar.
Yeah. Wait, does that mean, just a little question here? Does that mean like is there a certain time frame where if you apply, you can't apply for like a certain time frame, or can you just apply as much as you want?
They say 6 months, but I think I heard 6 months somewhere. But I think that's just genuinely if you get rejected without reasoning. I think like if you fully meet the requirements to fully qualify and you get rejected, you have to wait 6 months. But you got rejected on the basis of it wasn't you applying. So I reckon if you did apply, you get the rank. I'm not trying to get your hopes up here, but you should try. I think you should try.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
I don't know. It's up to you though, of course.
Yeah, I'm making another video though.
Yeah, well, upload another video, get out soon, and then once that meets the requirements, you can.
That's the plan.
So with that all being said, then I guess before we move into the Twitter questions, what is the future of the TheAuraCat?
Content switch. Very big content switch.
Oh, sorry. Can I ask?
I'm always gonna do Hive, right? But I'll never leave the Hive community, right? I've got so many friends here. I enjoy streaming Hive and whatnot.
I left Hive, lol, L. Sorry.
So I'll always stream on Hive, right? Probably always make content. But for in the future, I'm not gonna say it here, right? Because I'm not completely sure on it. But what I want to do is still Minecraft content, but it won't exactly be Bedrock or Java, if that makes any sense. It's just gonna be Minecraft in general, right? And it's gonna be still the same kind of style I go with, but it's gonna be full of a lot more jokes. That's basically the way I can say it without saying the whole thing.
When about can we expect that then?
Maybe in a year or 2 years.
Oh, so far away. What?
Very far away.
Oh, okay.
I need a lot of planning. I need to like make sure that it's like the thing I want to do and whatnot. So, but yeah, I still plan on always making Hive content because I enjoy Hive. Right? It's kind of like my new home, you know. So
fair enough.
I'm not leaving ever.
Well, I mean, I left the Hive. I actually, and I know it's bad to say, but it's mainly because no one ever really reached out to me or said anything. I kind of like went on a bit of a removing purge. Like my DMs are still open for the Hive like partner chats. If people wanted to DM me, they can. But it's like no one ever really talked to me. I don't know. I never really felt like I was in the Hive community. Obviously, I was in it. I did stuff. But I never felt like happy there. I feel content. I don't know. Not every community is perfect, but like I didn't feel content in the Hive community. I feel somewhat content in this community. So you know, I guess that's stuff.
I mean, after I started like reaching out to GM and stuff like that, I reached out to like a lot of other people in the Hive community, like MEB and Dander and stuff like that, right? And that's like I basically just like networked and met more and more people. And so in the end, I ended up getting like a few friends in the community, but like I actually am pretty close to.
Oh yeah, like I mean, mostly me and Turbo have met up IRL, me and Carl have met, me and Potato have met up IRL, and we're going to Paris and meeting there as well. You know, I've got a good few friends who I still talk to. I mean, me and Potato talk quite a lot. Jay Burrow, me and Jay Burrow talk a good amount. But it's like a lot of people I also, once I moved away from the Hive, kind of just cut me off because I didn't make the same content as them. Because I moved on, people were stuck in that rut. A lot of people are stuck in the Hive rut, and I moved on, and I think a lot of people didn't like that. But and I also left CCC. I kind of disconnected myself because I don't do those creator discords. They're not for me.
Yeah.
So
I get you. Yeah, I mean, you of course
as
me,
well,
right?
Contact with.
I don't mind what content someone makes. It doesn't change the fact that they're a human and I can be friends with them. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just no. I guess like that with those people, it's kind of like more like a business sort of like friendship, if you get what I mean.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, you know, you're prime
There's
example of
nothing wrong
someone.
with that.
I mean, even MBB, like we didn't talk loads, but we were still friends with each other.
Yeah.
Dan, like there's a lot of people I didn't remove, like Dan, who I don't believe I removed. Obviously, Vera, friends with Vera. Yeah, they're just kind of them examples. But there's a lot of other people who I just didn't really connect with, and then we were more just friends through content. Like a lot of people who have been in my videos, I don't even have added on Discord anymore. So
Yeah.
But yeah, so Twitter questions, TheAuraCat, RC, and then we'll wrap up the podcast. So the first one comes from Shorky, and I think they said a little bit more before this, something along the lines of your content being unique or something, if I remember it correctly. All I wrote down here was, what's your inspiration for content?
Oh boy. I have so many different inspirations, right? I'm gonna say one that you're never gonna expect, right? You're never gonna expect this, right? Ever. Too mad. Too mad. He's one of my inspirations, right? And you'd be like, what has that got to do with anything to do with Minecraft, right?
Isn't Too Mad in the process of getting like cancelled or something?
Yeah, he kind of is, but you know.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't change how the content used to be. But yeah, go on. What's the deal with that?
Basically his whole like crazy vibe and the way he is like matches with me and my crazy vibe and the way I am. And like his old editing style with the craziness and loud equals funny stuff. That's how I was originally doing a lot of my content, right? Other inspirations, obvious ones like Stampy and Dan TDM, right? Like everyone's got that, right?
Yeah. Insane Orbits.
Mick Yum is a big inspiration to me. Mick Yum, he's dead funny.
Honestly, fair enough.
And lifesteal in general, like mainly rec rap though, I'd say.
Or people who like don't really make similar idea of content too, I guess.
No, not at all. There's like no one in the Hive community that gives me inspiration, by the way. Like I personally think if you want to make good content, you need to go out and look at other things and get inspiration from tons of other things that have nothing to do with what you're doing, right? Like if you otherwise you end up making, I guess, similar content, you know, whatnot. I want to make videos that I look at and I'm like, this is funny. I like this, you know, not like a video of like, oh, I'm so good at the game. Like I've never painted myself out to be like a good player, right? I've always wanted to make funny videos. So my inspirations are mainly like funny creators, right? That's basically the answer to the question is that, yeah, I'm this is awkward. You're not saying anything and I'm like,
No, I just thought it'd be funny to stay quiet.
Yeah, it's like I don't feel awkward. I'm
kind of just letting you speak and I think it's just funny. You do know you can just stop talking and then I'll start speaking. You don't have like once you're done talking, if you go quiet, I will start speaking.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to like cut me off in a second.
I didn't want to. Anyways, second question is from TheAuraCat Explained.
Ah, yes, I know who's behind that account.
What a useless fucking account. They asked, how and why did the Mexican thing start, if you remember? I don't know what the Mexican thing is.
So part of my brand is that I'm not actually Mexican, but I'm Mexican.
Okay, so how did that start, if you remember?
We call it trans Mexican.
Oh no, you get cancelled.
No, but it's not like a serious thing, right? It's like obviously a joke, right? The whole idea is I've got like a good few Mexican friends, right? And they've kind of adopted me into like their whole like Mexican family thing, right? I speak a little bit of Spanish, only a little bit, right? I know all the bad words and all a bunch of ways to threaten people, which I'm not going to say. But the whole Mexican thing comes from basically my Mexican friends and like growing up with them over the years. Mainly one friend of mine though. His name's Raph. Yeah. Everyone who like watches my stuff knows who he is because he's like one of my closest friends, or if not my closest friend, I've known him for like my whole
IRL
life.
IRL. Yeah.
No, not IRL.
Oh, you've just known him for a long time in content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not just in content. He's just a friend I've had for years. You know.
Yeah, but online.
Yeah. So the whole Mexican thing and why I like, because I dress up. I've got like an entire Mexican outfit and like Mexican instruments, and I've been educated on the culture of Mexico, right? So I quite like it. So I'm like adopted into a Mexican family. That's like the whole thing of it, basically.
All right, lads. Well, this has been the Inside Cancelled podcast. Thank you for watching.
Wait, that's all the questions.
No. There's one more. I literally said
Alright.
Inside Cancelled, bro. Okay. Anyways.
I know. I heard that. I was like, oh, he's being cancelled.
So, as far as I'm aware, this account, and this is always what I've known it as, and I'm going to continue to know, is just a fan account. The TheAuraCat.
That's my friend Raf, yeah, like Mexican friend.
Oh, that's Raf.
Yeah.
Oh, this entire time I thought they were just a massive fanboy or fangirl.
No, he has part of my name.
Oh, so you're in a clan together. That's cute.
I kind of came up with his name as a joke or a Facebook meme, and he just made it his actual name.
Nice.
It was like if he run my channel, he'd call it the TheAuraCat and whatnot. And I was like, bro, why did you use that?
I owned a clan once.
You're in a clan? I'm in a clan.
Anyways, they asked if you could go back and change anything about your YouTube career, what would it be and why? And I think I already know the answer. I think I know the answer, but I'll let you answer first.
I'll become a Hive creator a lot earlier.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be something else.
No, I would become a Hive creator a lot earlier because right now making Hive content is very difficult.
Yeah.
Like if I made it like a few years before I started, I probably would have been. Yeah, I would have with the type of content I make. I personally think I would have been around like 100K. Or
you would have been like up there with like Evan and Potato and stuff.
I personally think my content is like good enough to be like up there, but now there's like so many people making good content as well, right? And it's like
and all of it, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's not really got the amount of YouTube attention as what did I just say? It hasn't got the community, right? Isn't like
the community is dead now. There's not really much of a Hive community left,
Yeah.
Because of what is there to watch? Most of the content isn't original. I know for a long time people are making the best Hive controller, first mobile, first PC player.
Yeah.
I honestly thought your answer was going to be not to take that week break.
Yeah, no, that's another big regret. I shouldn't have taken that break ever. Worst mistake of my life. Oh my god, there's Dr. falling out of my drink through my straw. Anyway.
Oh, my drink was straw, nice.
Yeah. So
the TheAuraCat.
Yeah, that's no way. The TheAuraCat is in my can of Dr. Pepper.
Okay, all right. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, is that all for your answer?
Basically, yeah. I guess there are two big regrets. Because I still played Hive a little bit back in like 2018 and stuff, so I could have made content on it. Yeah, but then would your content also have been as good as it is now? That's a question you gotta ask as well. And like, would you have been one of the channels with loads of subscribers but not many views? As much as you say something you would change, you never know. It could have been like that. Yeah, no, you've got a good point, but like I feel like I wasted a lot of time making Fortnite and Rocket League and Overwatch and Minecraft survival content, right? Like, because that audience base is not stuck with me, right? They're just dead subscribers, right?
Well, that's my command block viewers. But it's opposite because commands were doing amazing for me. They were doing great, and I decided to move away from them at my own accord.
Oh no, my content was doing great. I was doing really good. I moved away because it was too much stress and like too much chaos, right? I just didn't want to deal with it. Like I was, as I said, I went from 400 to 1,000, like 500 or so in like a few months, and I kept growing really fast. I just stopped, and then I started growing slower, and then I went into Hyperlands, got 2K, then to Hive, got 3K, 4K, 5K. I didn't even aim my 5K. I just kind of like just didn't upload, and I just gained subscribers.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Is there more Twitter question?
No, that's it. I don't ask too many. I tend to keep it capped at 3.
Let me see if there's any but I like feel like I like.
You know, because it's an unprofessional podcast, fine. But I'm getting tired, TheAuraCat. Okay, it's been a long week, hectic.
Yeah. I get you. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, don't apologize. It's not gonna happen again.
I apologize. Let's see.
Yeah, it is Orbis Hard. That was Avery's question. Already asked that.
Username already came up. How was my pet rock?
Sure, yeah.
I have a pet rock, right? In my drawer. This is a legitimate thing my mum bought me for my birthday. Is a pet rock.
Oh, yeah?
He is dead.
Yeah.
That's the answer to the question. He's dead.
Nice.
I haven't fed him.
That's good to hear.
Yep. Yeah.
Alright, well, no more Twitter questions. That's the only one you got, and you based it on a rock.
Yeah. I know. I could have asked a better one, but you know.
Before I do the outro, let us know where we can find you, what your social medias, your ats, and all that kind of jazz. Where can we find you if we want to look for you?
YouTube is TheAuraCat. Right? Don't type TheAuraCat. Please do not type TheAuraCat. It never comes up. Don't know why people keep telling me I can't find your channel when I search up TheAuraCat. It's TheAuraCat. Twitter is @TheAuraCat. And my Discord is just TheAuraCat. And they're the 3 things I'm mostly active on. Mainly Discord. mainly Discord.
So if everyone can just bombard TheAuraCat with friend requests on Discord, that would be absolutely great.
How many Discord friend requests have I got? I got 226, so not that many.
Rookie numbers.
I
Rookie.
know.
I
But I
have.
4,000 pings.
How do I find my? Oh, I have 451 and no
you're
pings
double with
because
me.
I'm actually smart and I hide all my
That's
mute
so
all
much
my
work, man.
servers. That's the one. Mute all my servers.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair enough. Well, thank you, TheAuraCat. This has been a great podcast, completely different. I got a little bit hungry, and for the first time ever, I started eating during a podcast. I don't know if you could hear me.
You know what they say about cats, right?
What?
Cats will only eat in front of people and like other cats or any other creature if like they're comfortable talking or being around in their company.
Yeah, see, well, I mean, it's more just because like when I keep it professional, I try to keep it completely professional. But this is a one-off, like kind of fuck it, let's have fun podcast. So I thought I'd just eat during it because I can.
I cracked open a drink as well, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, what, an alcoholic drink?
No, Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah,
I
with
hate
the aura,
alcohol.
sure. Yeah. You hate alcohol? That's a story for another time, TheAuraCat. But yeah, this has been the Inside Minecraft podcast. Thank you all for watching. Don't eat too much bread, or as the TheAuraCat would say,
don't fall down the stairs and don't eat the bed bugs.
Fun fact, quickly actually before we end, the don't eat too much bread was literally because me and Aura were in a call and I asked him why he comes up with the. I never asked that. Go on, why is that a thing? Go on quickly before we end. Why is that a thing? And that can be a highlight. That can be a highlight. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, alright. So the big story of it is during the stream, one of my friends left and he was like, "Don't fall down the stairs. Good night." And I was like, the next day, I said it back to him. And so me and him would have this whole competition of before he goes to bed, who can say don't fall down the stairs before, he goes. So,
ooh, fun.
Yeah, and then I carried it on with more friends and more friends and more friends. And now I've carried on with everyone. So every time someone leaves or leaves the call, I'm like, goodbye, don't fall down the stairs. And every once in a while, I add, don't eat the bed bugs if they're going to bed.
And with that, we were on a call one time and I asked you about it and why you said it. And I thought, screw it, I'm going to have don't eat too much bread, which isn't as good, but I don't know, no reason for the bread thing. It's just, I just say it and I end every podcast and every stream with it now. So, but yeah. Thank you all for watching. Once again, rerun. This has been the Inside Minecraft podcast. Don't eat too much bread. And as the TheAuraCat would say,
don't fall down the stairs.
That's so great. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Don't eat too much bread. Pieces. Yeah.
Subscribe to the podcast or I will find you and I will find you.